So this has arrived. Yes, it's a box with some goodies in it. So I thought I would do a bit of an unboxing video. I haven't done one for a long time, and a couple of people said they actually enjoyed it. So I will be using my trusty grandmother scissors. These scissors are old. These scissors are older than me. And you can see there's a gap between the blades, but they still work, and I still use them for cutting paper and string and things like that. I don't think I will need them with this box, because I think it's just a question of sliding your fingers under here. Anyway, let's get to it and see what's inside. So I think the easiest way to open this, even though I do have my trusty grandmother scissors with me, is just to stick my fingers under here. Oh, they have got a tear off bit. Yes, tear off the strip. There we go, in the bin with that. Oh, that was easy to get into. I used to like the boxes that Amazon used to put these in, because they were so reusable. I'm not sure how I would reuse this. Obviously, if something is well packaged, it could go in there to be sent off. But I do like boxes. So here we are. So here it is. It's the Zoom H1n Recorder and an accessory pack. So let's open them up and see what's inside. I do like to be careful with the boxes in case they need repackaging to send away. This is interestingly wrapped. This is small. It is small and dinky, and it's in its little wrapper. Oh, look at that. That is so small. It's weird. I've seen a lot of videos about this on YouTube, and it looks bigger on the videos. But that's neat. That's fine. That will do what I want it to do. More of which in a moment. Right, let's have a look at this. This is the box of accessories. Oh, very careful. Very careful. There's a nice little hole to put your finger in to pull the contents out. That's it. Oh, lots of goodies. Cable, lollipop. No, it's not a lollipop. I don't know what's in this, to be honest. A little mic stand thing, and a traveling case, and is this a power adapter of some sort? Yes, indeed it is. I shall examine these in more detail, set up a few things, and then have another chat with you. So you may have noticed my hair is probably a little bit longer. I have changed my shirt. That is because it is over 6 weeks since I did the unboxing. I thought it was probably a good idea, if I was going to give you my opinion of it, to actually try it. And that has taken a while. Not necessarily a fault of the recorder. If you've seen some of my other videos, you will know that I have a degenerative eye condition, and I couldn't actually set up the recorder. I needed some assistance. So that has taken a while. Plus there was another issue which I shall talk about in a moment. So what I will do now, I will tell you why I bought it. It's been out for over 4 years, so there are a lot of reviews on YouTube and the internet. I'm not going to do a review. I'll tell you why I bought it and look at it from that point of view. If you're a musician, you might find that useful. I will also tell you how much I paid for it, and we look at some current prices. If you want to skip around, I have put some timings in the description. So the Zoom H1n is principally promoted as a handheld audio recorder. What I wanted was an external digital recorder, and this was simply to record the audio from my mixer to an external source It was essentially to help with creating YouTube demonstration videos. Now, I did spend several weeks Googling for this. I just wanted a very simple stereo on-off recorder. I didn't want a multi-track recorder. I didn't want any fancy features. I really didn't want an audio recorder. I just wanted something with a line input. But after many weeks of searching, the nearest I could find was the Zoom H1n. If you know of a small, cheap, external digital recorder, then please let me know, because I'd be interested to see what I've missed. So that was the reason why I bought it. So all the audio recording features I didn't really need, I didn't really want. So this is the nearest I could get, so I will look at it from that perspective. So let's start by looking at what actually came with the recorder and the accessory pack. So this is the Zoom H1n. As I mentioned in the unboxing, it is smaller than I thought. Things tend to look bigger on video, even though you can see them against someone's hand. So you can see these, I don't know what to call them, XY cross facing microphones. I shall come back to this in a minute. Just a really quick overview. The on-off switch is here. You probably need long nails to switch it on. If you bite your nails, I think you may have a problem. The display is a bit chunky, but normal people should be able to read it. I don't know if you can see that on the video. I only need to refer to this for a couple of things. I don't think I have particularly stubby or chunky fingers, but these 4 buttons, which are used for some settings, you need to be careful that you are pressing the right one. Although again, I don't suppose a normal person would have a problem. These are fine. There is one input socket here which doubles or triples as a line input, as a mic input, or as a headphone output, and this is what I use for recording. The important button is this one, which is the gain control. I have to say I found the input through this line input from my mixer to be a little bit sensitive. I have the faders on my mixer set to this position, and the gain I think is down to 4 or 5, and that sort of does a pretty reasonable recording. So I think it's a little bit sensitive, but it may just be my equipment. So it's powered by 2 AAA batteries, which you put in the back here. It can also be powered by USB, which fits into this socket here. And this cable came in the accessory pack, so I'm going to look at that in a second. The recorder itself, it actually includes the batteries, but there are other things it does not include. It includes this little carry case, a soft carry case, which I suppose will keep the dust off it, but it will not offer much protection, I don't think, if you drop it. Let's hope you don't. So that's basically all you get, apart from the instructions, of course. So setting up is pretty straightforward. You need to sort of dive in and set your recording format, MP3 or one of the WAV formats. And after that, basically you just press record. And if you talk, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you can see the little meter. I hope you can see that registers the volume level, and you can adjust it with the gain control and press record to switch it off. And I'm not going to play it back. It comes through a little tiny speaker, so you can see what you play it back. It's really tinny. Before you can use it, you need an SD card, which fits into the little slot here, and you don't get one. The other thing which you also absolutely need is the USB cables. I have a box full of USB cables, but I don't have any spare C's, which is one reason why I got the accessory pack. So let's have a look at the accessory pack. Well, this is the USB cable that you get with it. It's about 3 feet long. Just because of where everything is set up in my studio, I could have done with a longer cable, but there you go. And here is a power supply, because you can power this via the USB socket. So you could plug the socket into that and power it to save the batteries. I really don't like using batteries in studio equipment, because if you don't use it for a while, you don't know, they might corrupt and they will always run out just when you need them. However, I have been using this with batteries for reasons which I shall explain in a second. So this is the hard shell or firm shell carrying case, which comes in the accessory pack. It's elasticated sides, and inside was this sort of lanyard thing, so you can clip something to it for safety. The case would certainly give you a lot more protection against dropping than the cloth case which the Zoom comes with. And there is a Velcro fastener in the back here, so you could put this through a belt or fasten it to something for security. I am almost certainly not going to use this. I did kid myself that I would go and do some field recordings, but to be honest, I think that's unlikely, but you never know. Now, one other thing you get is the tripod. Now, this is sort of quite dinky. It's not very tall. Legs extend like that. So that lifts it off the table, and the head swivels. You can lock it in position with this screw here, and you can connect the Zoom to the tripod here. So I thought this would be quite useful just for lifting it off the desk when I'm recording, to avoid hopefully any desk noise. There is also this, I'm not 100% sure what this is. It screws into here if you wanted to, and it will also screw into the Zoom. So I guess you could use this as an extender if you wanted to lift the Zoom up a little bit higher than the tripod allows, or you could use it just to hold the mic to avoid any hand rustlings or whatever. I don't think it looks particularly cool. More things to connect to other things. Oh, one cool thing. So we've had a slight break in recording. While I looked for this, I dropped it somewhere and I couldn't find it. It's a ball thing, so it just bounces. But I thought this was in the accessory pack, and I thought this was quite nice, especially if you're going to use it outside. It's a windshield, and you would put it over the microphones. I thought I might just do that anyway because it improves the appearance, but to be honest, I'm not going to use it unless I am using the microphones outside. I probably won't use this. I'll keep it in the box, or I might put it in the hard case, but there's no need for me to use it. But if you are doing any recording outside, I think that is an excellent accessory. Right, that's everything. Let's get back and have a little bit chat about stuff. So all was looking pretty good there. Now you can power the Zoom via USB, so I thought, why not plug it into my computer? It will power it and will let me transfer the files directly from the one cable connection. However, this created a really weird feedback, distorted sound. In fact, it was totally unusable for recording audio. And I puzzled over this for a few days. I thought I must have a setting wrong somewhere. And then I suddenly remembered that there can be issues recording audio via a powered USB cable. Now I have a few synths and other pieces of gear which record audio and which are powered by USB, and I have to say I have never had a problem. However, I do have an Arturia BeatStep Pro, and they very kindly include in the box an adapter cable. This is it, with power. You probably won't be able to see this. It's got power on one side and PC on the other. So you plug this into the BeatStep Pro if there's a problem, of course, and then you have two connections to power it and to connect your PC. So that's what tipped me off to the problem. So I removed the USB power cable and tried it only on batteries, and it worked perfectly. However, there was no mention of this potential problem in the Zoom manual, not that I could find, and of course they certainly didn't give you an adapter cable. And by the way, the USB cable that came with the BeatStep Pro was 6 feet long, not 3 feet. Now, of course, you could use another power socket and even the power adapter, which comes in the accessory box. But that means you then have to unplug the USB cable from the adapter and plug it into your computer. It's just another step. It's just a bit more faff and hassle. And I have so many bits of wires. You can probably see some of them floating around there. Someone said, gosh, your studio is so messy. Yes, it is messy. So not ideal, and I'm sure the batteries will run out at a critical moment, but I have to say the recording quality was excellent. Now, I have only used the Zoom with one video so far, and that was when I recorded all the presets from Hainbach's noises into a vocoder. If you're curious about that and why I did it, there's a card up there and I'll leave a link to that in the description if you want to check out the audio quality, but I think it was fine. I am only using CD quality. These are for demos, not for production pieces. CD quality was good enough for CDs, but you can record at much higher resolutions if you want to. Now, I have not used the built-in microphone at all, and I probably never will. If you are interested in using it for that purpose, then as I say, check out some of the reviews on the internet and on YouTube. By all accounts, it is a good quality recorder and used by many filmmakers on site, so they don't have to mess about with boom arm mics and that sort of thing. Now, as I said, I didn't want to pay a lot of money for an external digital recorder, so I checked the prices. I eventually bought this from Amazon for 85 Great British pounds. I wanted the accessory pack, mainly I think for the tripod and for the USB cable, and that cost another £17 bundled in with the recorder. Now, I've just been checking prices for you in case you are interested in buying one of these. Of course, you can do your own research. At the moment, it's available from various sources for less than £80. Currently on Amazon, the price seems to be around £118. You probably know that Amazon is not always the cheapest. The accessory packs seem to run from around £22.50 upwards, so I don't think I got a bad deal. Now, before I wrap up regarding what's in the box, I just have to say a couple of things. You cannot use the recorder without an SD card, and you don't get one. You cannot save files from the recorder to your computer without a USB cable, and you don't get one. Now, these are little accessories. It would probably cost Zoom £1, maybe £2, to include a cable, a decent length one please, and a card. It doesn't have to be massive. So I really think this is mean-spirited at best and incredibly penny pinching at worst. Zoom are not the only company to do things like this, but I really think it reduces the customer experience. They obviously don't put a lot of store by that. So I just had to mention that. I thought it took the edge off what was otherwise a rather pleasant buying experience. So that's it for this one. I hope you found this interesting and useful. If you have any questions about the Zoom H1n that you think I might be able to answer, bearing in mind how I'm using it, then please do leave your question in the comments and I will answer you as soon as I possibly can. As always, I do appreciate you spending time watching my videos. If you have enjoyed it, perhaps you'd like to consider subscribing to the channel if you don't do so already, ringing the bell. Thank you, so you get informed of new videos as soon as I release them, and do click the big thumb. I'm sure it helps with the algorithm somehow, but it also lets me know if you enjoy the video so I can make more videos that you enjoy. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you again very soon in the next one.